All right, Susan, I want to thank you for joining me for this interview. So for people who don't know you or don't know me, could you just tell everybody a little bit about yourself, what you do for a living, sort of like your background, why you joined and stuff like that?
Sure. So I am in my 50s. I'm not going to give you any more information than that. I am a cardiothoracic surgeon and I travel all over the country for work. So I usually go, so it means I'm on the road a lot. And I'm a breast cancer survivor. And I think that was my biggest reason for finding you. When I was diagnosed with breast cancer, I actually weighed 200 pounds. And I was able to take a little weight off, but I was down to 187 and I just didn't feel good. And I knew that was one thing I could do to reduce my risk of the breast cancer coming back, was to get to a normal weight. So that was really my motivation for finding you.
All right.
And I started working with you in 2019,
yeah,
August 2019.
2019. I remember the day you walked into the office.
My only regret is we didn't take a picture that day.
Yeah.
But
So I know that was a while ago, so we were in 2022, that was 2019, so we're going on 4 years. If you can remember, what was life like before you joined or even right when you joined?
it was, I mean, I certainly didn't walk 10,000 steps. I had no rhyme or reason to what I ate. I was very out of shape. I couldn't walk up a flight of stairs. And I ate a lot of processed, unhealthy food. I wasn't doing any cooking or any kind of, I wasn't eating much protein. I was on a very heavy carb diet and just not eating very good and not feeling good.
So
not much energy.
So when you came in August 2019, you said you were about 187 pounds.
Yep.
Can you talk about the results that you've achieved since you started with me?
I am down to 132 pounds, which is a lower weight than I was in high school. So like, I still can't believe it. I mean, when I was 187 pounds, I was 16 to 20 size. I mean, I think that was the other motivation. Like, I couldn't find clothes that fit me anymore. And now I'm a size 4.
So
extra small.
Pounds, yeah, 55 pounds. That's amazing.
Yep.
Aside from, so like the weight loss is like the thing that people are always, you know, that's maybe like goal number one, but what are some other things that you've experienced as far as results? Just like, you know, throw the weight loss out the window. You know, energy or anything.
Yeah, I definitely have way more energy, and I think I'm much less toxic about food. I think I had a very unhealthy relationship with food before, and I would look at a piece of cake and be like, oh, I got a problem, I can't lose weight. And now I don't. I look at a piece of cake and I go, okay, do I want it? Do I want to keep my weight loss off? So I think I have a healthy relationship with food. And now, I mean, I purposely take walks during the day. I'm working in Wisconsin where it's freezing, but if I do 3 laps around the hospital, I do a mile. And today was a quiet day, so I was like, all right, I'm going to do 3 laps around. Why? Not because you tell me to walk 10,000 steps, because I feel better when I do 10,000 steps.
Absolutely, 100%. So how about the experience? You know, I think that a lot of times when people will just think about joining a program, they think, well, this is where I am right now. I'm not happy with where I am right now. This is where I want to be. And they think that that gap, that there's so much stuff and it's just like an impossible bridge to cross because of how hard it's going to be and how much stuff they're going to do. So could you you speak to like the process?
I mean, I think the most important thing you did was break it down into steps. So my goal when I was 187 was certainly not to be 130 pounds. I mean, I don't even remember what my first goal was, but you broke it down to steps. And then there was daily accountability, and that really made a difference because I used to work with someone that I had to send my weight to once a week. And that was hard because, you know, I might have lost weight all week, and then that day I measured, I was like, oh. And I think just understanding those trends, and you also weren't, in the beginning, you said, okay, I want you to eat all these foods on this group. You can eat as much as you want, but you have to eat food on this group. So it really wasn't scary because I saw results pretty quickly. I mean, they were slow results, and I certainly didn't compare to like people on keto, but every week I lost like half a pound to a pound. So, I mean, I think I was just ready. And again, my goals were not, my goal was not to be 130. My goal was maybe 170, 160. You know, it was kind of to fit into some of my size 14 clothes was my goal. Yeah. And then I saw success and I was like, oh, let's keep going.
And so now you've been at this weight for quite a while now.
Yep.
Like we've got the sustainability and you've been able to, you know, you talked earlier about you know, you're traveling all over the country. You have times
Right.
where sometimes you have a kitchen and a place where you can cook. Other times you're there for weeks and you don't have that, so you have to make good choices of where you're ordering food or you're going out or you're having food delivered. So,
Right.
like,
So I mean, I think people don't have to worry like, oh my God, I'm going to have to change what I eat at home. I mean, there are like, it's just small changes. Like I was in a condo once and there was no stove, and you said to me, or there was a hotel, you said just get it like a simple, what is it called? You know, the grill, and then grill some chicken up. I mean, and that was easy. So you can do, it doesn't have to be complicated, but it does have to be, there has to be some intention to it. I can't order from Olive Garden. I can order from Olive Garden, but that's 1,200 calories, so I can't eat anything else the rest of the day. So I mean, you can do it. You know, it took me a while, but now, I mean, now I get 2 eggs in the morning at the hotel, and then I tend to eat lunch because it's pretty decent at the hospital I work at, and then I come home and there's some good frozen meals that have 15 to 18 grams of protein, and then I have a protein bar here or there, or some protein heavy snacks in between. But it doesn't have to be complex. In fact, simpler is better.
awesome. I agree with that. So, what would be one piece of advice you would give somebody who is maybe on the fence and thinking of, you know, maybe I should do coaching?
Well, you do coaching. You mean coaching with you, right?
Yeah.
Uh, this is the only thing that's worked for me, and it's going to change your life. I mean, and this is not just a change in life for a day or a week or a month. You know, I see all these people that go on keto and lose, you know, 50 pounds in 2 months, and then they gain it all back. This is going to change your life. I mean, I think it's the coaching about mindset, it's the accountability, having to weigh yourself every day, and it's having someone tell you what to eat and how to eat. And then when you get off course, just getting you back, you know, just like, so instead of being like, oh, I gained a pound this week, oh, okay, so what can we change? I mean, I remember early on I said, you know, maybe I didn't eat enough food. I think I just didn't eat enough protein and enough food. And you said, no, you ate enough food. You just didn't eat the right food. So it's the little course correction that I think is the most helpful.
Awesome.
I really,
Susan,
and it's tailored, you know, like the fact that you could adapt this to me, who travels all over the country, who sometimes I'm in a warm place where I can walk, sometimes I'm in cold places.
Yep.
I mean, you know, yeah, you tailor it.
Awesome. Well, listen, I know you're a busy individual, so I want to tell you again, I appreciate you taking the time to do this interview and sharing your experience. And we're not done, so I'll be talking to you soon, and I look forward to talking to you.
Yes, me too. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Susan.